Welcome to Search and Study Tech. Today topic is algorithm. In design and analysis of algorithms, a data structure is a particular way of storing and organizing data so that it can be used effectively. So what is the meaning of this statement is, for example, these are the elements. I am consider the four elements. First element is 4 and next element is 1, next element is for example 8 and last element is 5. So these are the four elements. So I am consider this is the array size n equal to 4. So if you want to find out the minimum and maximum element of this array, so for example I am consider the first element is the minimum element and compare with all other elements. Okay, 4 with 1, and you can update the minimum value is, for initially it is 4, so you can update the minimum value, that is 1, and you can compare 1 to another number. So this is the 8. Okay, the minimum value is 1. Then you can compare with 1 to 5. So 1 is the minimum value. So you can find out the minimum value. You can compare with all other elements, n minus 1 elements. Okay, the time complexity is n. In same way, if you want to find out the maximum element, so for example first element is the maximum element, you can compare with all other n minus 1 elements, then find out the maximum element. For example, the elements are in sorted order. If we can store the elements are in sorted order, like here it is, the first one is 1 and 4, second element is 4 and third element is 5 and the last element is 8. For example, the elements are stored in ascending order. If you want to find out the minimum and maximum element of this array is, array of 0 is the minimum element, directly can say that last element of the array is maximum element. So that is the meaning of this particular statement. Now we can see an algorithm is a set of instructions that tells a computer how to solve a problem or perform a task. A program is a set of instructions written in any programming language that computer executes to perform a specific task. So simply can represent it data structure plus algorithm equal to program. Next, any algorithm should satisfy some characteristics. So these are the characteristics of algorithm, that is the input, output and finiteness and definiteness and effectiveness. Input: the program may take 0 or more quantities, more inputs. So output is an algorithm should produce at least one outcome, and finiteness means the algorithm should be terminates after finite number of steps. Definiteness: algorithm should be clear and unambiguous. And effectiveness: algorithm must be language independent and easy to implement in any programming language. So these are the basic characteristics of an algorithm. For example, here it can see example of an algorithm. Find the largest and smallest number in an array. Initialize two variables, that is the minimum and the maximum, with the first element of the array. You can see already example we have discussed. Now you can see traverse through the array. If an element is smaller than min, update the min. If element is larger than the max, update the max. After traversal, min contains the smallest number and max contains the largest number. So this is the algorithm. The algorithm will be implemented in any one of the programming language. Now this is the example. So this is the example C program. Here it can see to find out the minimum and maximum element of the array. So I am consider int array of 100. So I am taking the array size is n and min max variables, two variables I am declared. Next, enter the size of the array. That size is stored in one n variable, and enter the array elements 1 to n. Those elements stored in, you can read those elements and stored in array, and min equal to array of 0, starting element is the minimum, and maximum equal to array of 0, that is also starting element is assigned to the maximum element. Now we can compare with int I equal to 1. Here you can see the first element I am consider the minimum and maximum. That's why you can compare with all other elements, that is n minus 1 elements. Now I equal to 1, I less than n, I plus plus. Array of I, array of I means array of 1 greater than, so max. So max is array of 0. So for example here the max, if the condition is true, array of I greater than max and array of I is the maximum, then max equal to array of I, update the maximum. Here if array of I less than min, min equal to array of I, update the minimum, then you can print the maximum and minimum. Now you can execute this program. So what is the output? You can see here, enter the size of the array. For example, size of the array is 4. Okay, array elements are, array elements is for example 4 and 8 and 1 and for example 3. So these are the 4 elements, 4, 8, 1, 3. Now you can see the maximum element is 8 and the minimum element is 1. So you can find out the maximum element is 8 and minimum element is 1. How can say that? So here it is stored in 4, 8, 1, 3. The first element it considered as a minimum and maximum. Then you can compare with all other elements. Okay, you can update the maximum element or minimum element. Then finally you can find out the maximum and minimum element of that array. Now the same program, what are the algorithm we have discussed, minimum and maximum algorithm. The same algorithm you can implement it in for example here it is Python. So here I am taking for example L equal to some list 52841. These are the list 52841. Now here I am taking the minimum and maximum elements variables. Here equal to find min max of L. So you can call this function find min max L. So you can pass the L parameter argument to this function. Then min value equal to max value equal to initially array of 0. You know already first element I am consider the minimum and maximum element. Then compare with for number. For number in array, what are the array elements is there? All elements is one by one assigned to number. Then number with compare with the minimum value. If it is minimum, you can update it. Okay. Here number, else if number greater than max value, here the max value you can update it. Maximum number equal to max value equal to number, and return min value and max value. At a time two variables you can return here minimum value and maximum value. Then you can print the minimum smallest element equal to min and largest element maximum. Now you can see, you can run this program. So you can see the smallest element is 1 and the largest element is the 8. So this is the algorithm definition and characteristics of an algorithm, one example of an algorithm. Okay. Thank you for watching this video.